So who are the people that we know for sure actually had locks in the Bible based on description and based on the Nazarite vow? Now remember, right? All hair type can keep locks. Just that some people don't grow faster and some people just grow as locks, right? Your 4D just grows normally, and then if you have 1A, it can lock. It's gonna take a lot of time, right? Hey, don't get this wrong. The Vikings had locks. I don't know how long and what they put to make it stick together and keep it down, but the Vikings, they did have locks. If you looked at the Vikings shamans and the Viking priest and priestess, you're gonna see locks. You Google it and you will see, right? So who are some people that we know? We know John the Baptist had locks because he kept the Nazarite vow. We also know Samson. We've spoken about Samson. A great deal of Samson, right? No need to dwell on Samson and Delilah. We kind of understand what happened when what happened down there. Then the scripture. Yes, this is a weak evidence, but it is still an evidence. In Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel, right? He said, the Spirit took me by a lock of my head. That's a strand of hair, right? By a lock of my hair, right? Now remember, we know that mostly, and even till today, mostly priests, shamans, and in some religion, their gods, they have locks. So this is a weak evidence, but Ezekiel is down there. Then we have Elijah, and he was called Baal Sirah. This is hairy man, master of hair. We're not sure. There's an ambiguity down there, but remember, the reason why we're putting Elijah is because of John the Baptist, because they did say John the Baptist came in the spirit of Elijah, and John the Baptist depicts everything that Elijah did, right? So this is where the ambiguity comes in, and that is how Elijah joins this list. Then there's King Solomon in the Songs of Solomon. They describe him as wavy and bushy and curly. We have covered the difference between curly and curly hair earlier on in terms of the texture. And now why, right? It's moderate. It's a moderate way to claim King Solomon. But the issue with King Solomon is he had a son called Absalom, right? And then they would say Absalom cut his hair off his head like once with some ritual practices, and it weighed 200 shekels by the king weight, right? So whenever he would cut his hair yearly, or he would maintain his locks, because he's a prince, right? Maybe he was one of the first people that used to maintain the locks, to like make it neat and proper, right? So maybe when he cut it, maybe they didn't know the idea of crocheting back then. Maybe he cut it, he was trying to keep it clean. Just keep it free form but organized. They had the weight, right? So if you're gonna wait, like anyone that has locks, and if you lose a strand of a lock, especially a long one, it weighs. It's a heavy hair because it's matted, right? It's matted and then it gets all tangled up together.